Thank you for joining us on this episode of Lifeline 911. This is the second part of our interview with Ted Bourgeois of American Emergency Preparedness. We pick up where we left off. So, I think with offering a live virtual class, there's two very interesting concepts that kind of come along with that. The first is location-based, and the second is a time-based one. So let's first start, I guess, talking about with the location. You could offer a class and you could have people from all over the country. So normally when you go to a class, it's going to be people that are either just in your agency, in your region, or maybe even in your state if it's a really big class. But with you guys, you could have somebody from Hawaii. You could have, so what kind of opportunities or concerns does that kind of bring into the class? Because we all operate under the federal laws, but then when you get to the states and the local jurisdictions, those are all a little bit different. So how do you kind of try and accommodate for that?
So for us, all of our classes and all of our instruction is based on the region where we are. So this is different from that. So that's a really, really good question. What ends up happening is basics and fundamentals, as far as teaching are concerned, they simply don't change. So I know, if you're talking POST, if you're talking one of the acronym things, they have this thing that they think that it changes. It doesn't. Teaching somebody how to teach anything. So we teach for Panera, we teach for Boston Properties, we teach for Thermo Fisher. We don't just teach for this industry. So these fundamentals are these fundamentals. So that it doesn't really matter where you're coming from, location. And the best part of Erica spearheading this is she's a night person. So if this had to run 3 to 11, or you are not getting me to do 11 to 7 classes unless it's a really bad day. We get all jumping back. That's the only time Ted's getting up at 11 o'clock. If I'm out at 11, I'm shaking my booty somewhere. I'm not doing that. So that's the great part of Erica doing that. And like I said, it really, for us in this program, it doesn't matter the region. It is challenging to get classes approved in different states because it seems there's 50 different rules to dispatching, and I go into them every single time saying I don't know what the difference is. You're gonna have to explain to me what a rollover is in California is to Massachusetts. It's the same thing that rolled over at a location and you send people. So I have to, I don't know why we're overthinking. We were talking earlier, Gary, about this. It's simple math. It's just whether you can do it under stress, whether you can do it consistently and professionally, and not do it poorly. I was going to say a different word. So all that college, it's helped me out, right? It's got me made me grow up. But it's I think of this as an amazing opportunity to bridge a gap, and which is what we do. We're bridge builders. We're trying to make it where we can interact with people across this entire industry, no matter what state you're from, and have an amazing conversation. I think we've set that in stone with this company, that it really doesn't matter where you're coming from. We want to meet you, and we want to see you, and we want to learn from you, and we want to create any opportunity we can to preach the good word, which is simple, which is honest, which is professional. And stop crying about leadership, stop crying about staffing, stop crying about our pay. Let's just be professional first and let the industry see that and see how incredible we are. The problem solving that we do is insane, how we get through things. And that's what we're trying to come from. So for us, it's just a huge opportunity for us to be able to have different people, small class or big class. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You know what I mean? I've taught this a CTO program to 2 people. So it doesn't matter, because you build a bridge to the people that are in front of you, and you make sure that you implement that honest environment where professionalism comes first, and honesty is the thing that drives all that, and it makes it much simpler. It really does. I don't know if you
Okay.
want to add on to that, Erica.
I there's nothing else to add. I mean, that you've said it all. That is keeping it simple, location, no matter where the student is, the principles of teaching other people, treating them with respect and dignity, the
And
baseline that you should give a coworker, because that's what a trainee is. They are an employee of whatever it is, whether it be private sector or
exactly.
public safety or municipal or
Exactly.
federal. It doesn't matter. I like to tell my CTOs that employee is no different than you. They just have a different title. Their title is trainee.
New. Their
They're
title is
just
new.
new.
Yeah,
All the
that's
rights,
it.
all the rights, privileges, and protections that you enjoy, whether you be under a sheriff's office or a city or Panera or I don't care what it is. All the
It
rights,
don't matter.
privileges, all the rights, privileges, and protections that you enjoy, they enjoy. So if we start there, jurisdictional lines and state rules, whether it be T code or some other type of code, that part doesn't matter. We're going to always respect your agency's policies and procedures. We're going to tell you, that's going to be that caveat all the time. Hell, hold on. No matter what I say, even though I'm amazing, whatever your agency tells you to do, take these principles and operate within their boundaries.
Absolutely.
That's
Always.
it. Do that
We're
and
not
you're
the same
safe.
as far as tasks. We're not. I don't have a cow code. I don't have one.
Yeah.
Texas you do. The Midwest you do. I don't have one. We're a city. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. That's the stuff that's different. Tasks change, but basics, focus, critical thinking, those are the fundamentals that you have to make sure that you have on a daily basis. And if you bring that honesty and professionally to it, well, you just go to work and you enjoy the people around you, or don't. We don't have to be friends. We have to be professionals.
Absolutely.
I don't have to go have a beer with you. I just need to, that I have your back and you should have mine. And we go to work and we dig in the pile. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We've all been in chief meetings and supervisor meetings and bigwig meetings where nobody's exhaling and everybody's, grunting. And I'm like, okay, it's the same pile of crap. I'm just lower on the pole. That's all. It don't matter.
That part.
So get up and go to work. I got you, until you're a jerk. And then I don't know if I got you anymore.
Well, and another thing that's interesting with the location aspect is if you were a PSAP manager or supervisor and you wanted your employee to go to, this training that Eric is going to put on, they don't actually have to physically go. You don't have to buy them a plane ticket, get them a hotel room. They can do this, at your agency or, at their own home, making it a lot easier and maybe even more accessible to agencies that have a really tight training budget, because you don't have to throw on all those extra frills.
It literally is that. And it's also, we've priced everything accordingly. So we haven't raised our prices in 3 years. So it's because we know that the industry can't do it, first of all, because their budgets are shrinking. They're not getting greater. So we know that, when its costs have gone up exponentially, yet we have worked to, again, we're living what we're preaching. So we're trying to support leadership. We're trying to support supervisors and managers across this country and give their middle management and their on the ground floor management the tools to do this right, to support them. And it's something we work, it's what we do. It's at the fundamentals of our company. So, it's important that we, do the right thing. You know what I mean? It's because it's easy not to. It's easy to gouge, and we just don't do that because it's not how Justin and I are built. The two founders of this company. Justin's been on this podcast before. It's that's not how we're built. We want you
Yeah.
guys to succeed. I want dispatchers to shine in this country. I don't. It makes me crazy when I hear these calls where a dispatcher is just angry at a caller for literally no reason. You know what I mean? We have this mantra in our class. There's no such thing as a stupid call, because there's no such thing as a stupid call. It's just a call for service. What are
Yep.
you getting so fired up about? They don't know what they're doing, the public. They're not trained. You are. Step in and be a professional. Don't be a another gatekeeper, another hurdle for them to get help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. So that's what we're like. We're really excited to be able to bring this to different people, and you can log in at your station. You can log in off your phone. You can log in anywhere you want to attend this class. You know what I mean? The only thing is that you can't. The only thing we ask is you can't blank out your screen. You got to be there. Your face has got to be in front of us.
Yep.
We got to see you.
Yeah.
Because we got to be accountable for your hours. So we can't just say, the screen's blacked out and they're folding laundry while they're doing this class. That's not how this is going to go.
Yeah.
You know
No
what I
one
mean?
would ever do that remotely, I'm sure.
No.
I'm sure people that work remote work just as hard as regular people.
I took the
Absolutely.
classes just like you did. I clicked through them as fast as I could to get to the end and print my certificate. So that's if you're looking to do that here, I can tell you Eric is not going to let play that. So that's just going to be a real simple thing.
No,
You know what I mean? It's
No.
going to be a simple thing.
the whole idea is
mean-
to get you engaged, and I can only do so much. I'm going to bring my commitment to be ready to teach every single day, all day long, and bring an acceptable amount of energy. Of course, I'm not going to be a ping, bing, 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 bing. Dingbat is not in my vocabulary. So you're going to get real energy, real instruction, real engagement, all the things. But I'm going to expect the same thing back, because we're professionals and we're coming together as professionals to get something done. So if that's
it.
what you're interested in, if that's what you want, then I got you all day. So yeah, no, my screen's going to be on, your screen's going to be on. I'm going to be looking at each other like this right here.
It's real simple math too. I mean, you expect a lot from the new hire. Are you prepared to teach the new hire? Are you prepared to lead the new hire? Are you prepared that day? Do you have a lesson plan, which Eric is going to teach you how to do? Are you ready to write an objective DOR that becomes a teaching tool, which Eric is going to teach you how to do? How do you create a task list that eliminates redundancy? Eric is going to teach you how to do that too. Oh, you need a performance improvement plan. Eric's going to teach you how to do that too. So it's if you are complaining about your new hire, well, and don't get me wrong, there's some people who shouldn't play in this industry, and I don't know who ties their shoes exactly. It's a little scary sometimes, and I would say somebody else is hiring. I love you very much, but have a great day. I don't want you to kill anybody, right? So we get that. But for the most part, an intelligent professional person who's trying to succeed is going to do well in this industry, as long as you teach them correctly. And if you don't, well, then not. So when you're crabbing about them 2 years after the fact, I don't know what to say to you. You know what I mean? How's your evaluation process? Are you, what's your probationary period? Eric is going to teach you that too. How to do all these things, right? So it matters in that first year or 2 years, whatever you call in a probation, to say, this is the place you're going to work and this is how you're going to work. And I'm going to lead you in that direction, as opposed to, here's a bunch of forms, fill them out, check the box. Hey, you learned a couple of things about a couple of things, but you really don't know how to teach. Well, that's not our program. Then that's for sure. That's not our program.
And to me, the most interesting thing is the time aspect. I spent many years on night shift and many years on evening shift. And if you ever wanted to attend a training, you had to really screw up your life. Especially if it was a one-day training. You might have to work that night, go to the class in the morning, and then work the following night, or maybe have that night off if you're lucky. But with this course, you guys are really able to kind of almost tailor it to have a later class. You know, Ted, I know you. If it's 11 o'clock, you're going to be down at the game or shaking something.
Hope it all works. Hope you're having a great time. Love you all. I'll see you at 6:30. I come up about 4:30, so I might jump in then. But you have a great time. I'll bring donuts.
But yeah, so like that's a really cool opportunity because especially night shift, they don't ever feel like they have any love or that anybody cares about them.
Exactly. We're lucky that, Justin, my partner, business partner, I keep saying partner. He says, will you say business partner before partner? But, like he could catch me, big deal.
Oh my
But
God.
it's, if you, he's worked nights his whole career. I mean, he does splits and nights, and that's what it is. Eric has been on nights or late evenings, I would call it, for a long time now. So their body's built that way. That's why wouldn't we want to try to help that? I have taught classes live 3 to 11. Did do a 11 to 7 live, and I'll never do that again. But it's that's why Erica and Justin are part of this thing because they excel at it. You know what I mean? They're 3 o'clock in the morning. They're out chatting in chat. I'm not anywhere near that conversation. You have a great day, and I'll check it in the morning.
Check it in the morning. Yeah. And so this
I
very
give you all
first
the energy from 5 a.m. till 10 at night. That's it. And I can't give you anything else after that.
I'm excited because the first one out of the gate we are going to do. It'll be a regular daytime because it's the first one, and once we work out the kinks and figure out what's what, I have absolutely no doubt that there will be a 3P to 11 class.
That's what I think. That's what I'm thinking is going to be the real schedule of this is evenings because especially staffing day shift people can go into that class at 3 o'clock.
Mhm.
The evening people can jump right in. The night people can jump in early and then cover that. So that's my thinking is that's where this is the honey spot for this is gonna be that 3 to 11 or 4 to midnight or whatever.
Mhm.
You know, it's really whatever that they want. The public. We're here to that the customers. We want to make sure that we can do what we can do for you guys. I mean, I agree with you, Gary. The night shift. When I was a night shifter, you're basically second class people, and
Yes.
it's I've done that, and I call it the bloody double, where you get off at 7 in the morning and you walk into a classroom with a cup of coffee and hope and see if you can make it till 10 o'clock in the morning without throwing up.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I was in our classes. I would say that's one of the first things we ask is say,
Who worked
did
last
anybody
night?
work? And if you work last night, if you got to get up, if you got to walk out, don't
Jumping
wait for me for
jacks,
break.
whatever.
You
I
gotta
don't.
you do you.
Yes.
If you need a break, say it. It, this is where we work. I mean, people work nights, so you
Yeah.
can't be a jerk.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that we're literally the only company that does things like that. I mean, we work very hard for the person that's in front of us. So, and like I said, coming off a night shift and going to a class is
Oh,
almost
Not fun.
punishment. It's almost punishment. I always say, what did you do wrong? Why are they mad at you? You know what I mean? Because what's up? What happened?
yeah.
It's challenging. We're lucky. We're small enough. We can do what we want, and we can morph and twist and change. Curriculum, times, people. If somebody wants Erica specifically, then we'll try to make that happen.
Yeah.
Schedule makes it available. We'll make that happen. If it doesn't, it isn't. But it's we try to be the best resource for this industry. We really do. Like I said, small is. I used to think, okay, well, that's kind of a curse a little bit, and I don't think of it that way anymore. It's a real blessing to be able. We can move very quickly where other people can't. I can. If somebody really needed something in a week, I'm sure we could make it happen.
Yeah.
Because that's just, A, we're going to do that because we're bridge builders, and B, we're small enough to say, okay, we don't have 700 classes going off today, so we're actually teaching things. You know what I mean? So we love it. I mean, it's still, like I said, it's It's a blessing. I know it's a blessing for me, and I know Erica feels the same way
Yeah.
because we've talked at length about this.
Yep.
It's a blessing when you get to interact with people in whatever the forum is and have a really good grown-up discussion. Even I love when we disagree, and I love when we debate, and I love when we learn from each other, because debate and that's where innovation is.
Yes.
Innovation comes from no other thing other than disagreement. And yet we've taken that and smashed that into the ground and said, no, we have to just be nice to everybody. You can be nice in a conversation and disagree.
Ugh,
Yeah.
You don't have to be
Erica and I have a ton of innovation all the time.
absolutely. That's actually a good way to say that.
it's
You know,
so
we have a
true.
lot of innovation in our relationship,
It's
but
Yes.
it's tough.
he's
But
not
if you're
kidding.
open to it, if you're honest and respectful, that's the good stuff. That's the real good stuff. And we miss it now
Yeah.
with crazy political correctness and things. We put up a lot of labels and we don't need to, you know. So like I said, I'm very blessed to be able to do this, and I really I take, you know, well, we I shouldn't say we take a ton of pride in bringing that product to the classroom, you know, whatever it is, virtual or live.
Yep.
So currently, you guys, as you were saying, this CTO prep class is your first virtual one that you're kind of offering. Are y'all looking to kind of put out the whole catalog of courses, or if somebody wants to say, hey, can you teach a course on XYZ virtually? I mean, is that something you guys are looking forward to in the future, or are you going to kind of see how this one goes?
We're definitely not going to do the whole catalog, but we are going to do a few of our what we feel are the most important ones, the most impactful ones. We are always open to, if somebody needs something, we're there to do it, whether it's virtual or live. So if somebody needs an 8 hour class with 2 hours of this, 2 hours of this, 2 hours of this, 2 hours of this, we can morph very quickly and do that very easily. So we definitely want to do that. We want to be available, but we don't want um, we want to give them the CTO program, the health dispatcher health classes, um, some of the basics and fundamental, the first 3 minutes, those classes, those ones are where we're going to start with the virtual. We'll see what the impact is. So, you know, if there's a huge calling for it, then we'll give what we have to do. If we have to bring in different people, we will. But for the most part, I would say it's going to stay pretty consolidated. We've consolidated some of our classes already. We used to have 31 different products, and we're down, you know, under 20 now. And I think it's even going to shrink a little more because I think the basics and fundamentals get blurry in titles, and I want the basics and fundamentals to be represented with depth and with real impact. And I think when you're having a different title for critical thinking, well, critical thinking is critical thinking, right? Whether it's tactical dispatching, call taking, you know, your own personal health, all of that critical thinking is critical thinking. So to have 9 classes with 9 different titles, we're getting away from that because it muddies the water. And I know sometimes supervisors say, well, we need a different class and a different name. And I will, you know, just try to say to them, you don't. You need to reaffirm critical thinking. You need to reaffirm professionalism, even if it's not the same vibe, because every class is a little different. You know, those basics and fundamentals are the things we should hammer annually, you know, minimum 16, 24 hours for each dispatcher. I don't care if you've been doing this 30 years, you should be taking a basic call taking class every year. That's it. I don't care what you think you know, because
Yeah.
you get crusty and you get old and you get
Yes.
slow and you get very complacent, and you know that's where all the mistakes. You know, I mean, you're a veteran dispatcher,
hmm
and the people listening to this know that that's what happens, and you need to get that vibe back, and you need to get that. Okay, 1 to 3 Main Street matters. You know, the phone number matters.
Yeah.
Tell me exactly what happened matters. And if you get away from that stuff, even, you know, if it's safe to do so, the caveats that we put into interrogate and how we give people instructions, that's really importantly to muddy that with a bunch of different things. I don't think it works for our industry. It might work for the teaching company because you make more money because you have 19 different products, but I think it waters down the good stuff. We don't want to do that.
So, if I were a call taker or a dispatcher, can I go online to AEP and find a class that I'm interested in and just take that, or do I need to go through my agency?
You can do it. I mean, if you come through us, you'll be paying for it. Your agency should be paying for it. But if you want to come to, especially to our webinars and things like that, we love that. I mean, it happens all the time. We love having dispatchers come in, and especially the person who's there, who's paid for it, who's really they're engaged and they're invested. So absolutely, there is no holding back. As far as registering for any of the classes that we have. And we've tried to make that process as simple as possible. I don't, we actually just had a meeting about making it even simpler. And we're struggling with that because I always say, let's revet this and let's see, is this actually the easiest way for somebody to engage into our products? Because it makes a difference for us. If it's challenging, people bail instantly.
Yeah.
If your website isn't right, they just bail instantly. So, we want to make sure that it's a simple engagement and it's a simple way to do it. Absolutely, we welcome anybody and anybody, and I challenge other industries to basics and fundamentals of critical thinking doesn't change in nursing. Me as a medic, it doesn't change as an insurance salesman. It doesn't change as an engineer. It doesn't change.
Nope.
And I think people get too pigeonholed into tasks. And we would love to have anybody and anybody in our leadership programs and definitely in our critical thinking stuff, because I think we would have an impact on it for sure.
Perfect. Well said. Erica, so what kind of pitch, as the trainer of this class, Train the Trainer coming up, what kind of pitch can you make to excite any of the CTOs out there or the PSAP managers or supervisors to say, yes, I'm on board with this? What's your closing statement for that?
You're on for that. Well, actually, no. I would just ask you this question. Do you have trainers in your industry, or not your industry, in your agency, that understand their impact? Do they know their value to the health of your agency? If they don't, then they can come let me pump them up and get them excited about welcoming in the next generation of telecommunicators, because we're not all going to be here. And you, as a manager or supervisor, you can't teach everybody. So you need someone to do that, and you need to level up your training program. Not that it's not good, but there is no one that can't do better. Do you
Absolutely.
want to teach them how to build coworkers? Because that's what we should be doing, not just training people. Because training people, you train dogs and cats and horses, but you don't have an opportunity to build a colleague from the ground up. And that is what the baseline of this course is going to be, shifting the way they think so that we can build coworkers, because that's what we're doing at the end of the day.
That's what we do, is build professionals.
Yeah.
So I want somebody sitting next to me that can handle it.
Yep.
That if they're up against it, I got you.
Yeah.
If I'm up against it, they got me. And it's real. It's the simplest of math. And we need to, as an industry, engage that math and say, this is the important stuff, and this is the stuff that's not as important.
Yep.
And once we do that, I think as an industry, we will grow and we'll be much more respected. We have a long way to go with this industry. This world is an interesting event right now.
Yep.
And we're the front line. We are the first doorway to help.
Yep.
And if we are not good at that, that's a problem. Well, I got a big old family. And if my family calls 911, I want somebody who has been trained by our program to take care of them.
Yep.
Because I know if they have, they're going to be people first. They're going to be professional first. They're going to be good critical thinkers, and they're going to come through the best that they can in that time. And that's where we're at. That's the baseline.
Yep.
And that's why What If Your Family exists, and it's what we do. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm excited for this opportunity to bring what we do, which is different. It's different. What we do to engage and to inspire and to make people think that a day isn't just a day. It's an opportunity. And it's how you look at that. I ask in class all the time, what's the best part of your day?
Mm-hmm.
And people look at me funny, and I say, well, if you don't know why you're going to do what you're doing, how are you going to find the best part of your day? Well, the best part of my day is knowing that when I walk in front of a class, I'm going to be engaged. I'm going to have a good time, bumpy or not.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be fun, and we're going to learn from each other. And that's a mandate. And Erica's going to bring that online. So it's going to be fun to watch, and it's going to be fun to see how it goes.
I'm excited.
You know what I mean? I'm really confident. So
Yeah.
if you can't tell, I'm excited about this. So
I am.
it'll be a good day because we're all going to learn and we're all going to grow, and that's how this is supposed to be. And if it isn't that way, why'd you get out of bed?
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, I can attest that Erica is an excellent trainer. I have seen her many, many times give training and insights and even counseling on occasion to people that need it.
Thank you.
Many, many times.
Thank you.
So I know that if you are fortunate enough to be able to get into one of her classes, you will very much enjoy it because Erica is extremely engaging. So you'll have a good time. So, Ted, what's the best way to kind of sign up for one of these classes? Just Google AEP?
Yep, you can go to American Emergency Preparedness, our website. It is there, November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You can register online there. You can email me at ted@ameriprep.com, which is on the AmeriPrep website. You can get a hold of anybody that works for our company, and we'll make sure that you get a seat and get an opportunity to see what this young lady is going to bring. It's a real simple process for us. So it's just go to the website and register. Don't worry about the money. Just register for the class, and we'll figure out the PO or the, whatever it is going to be. So go from there. But if you want to be engaged and invested in an enjoyable process, jump in. We would love to have you.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Ted. We've loved having you.
Thank you, guys. I can't tell you how much Gary and having us on here and giving us this opportunity. Really, we truly appreciate it. We really do.
Well, I obviously Erica does too. Believe that you guys do great work. It's very, very noble work. As you said, you're not doing it for the money. Probably don't have a Lamborghini outside your house. I don't know, but
It's a 2018 Jeep Wrangler. So
okay. So yeah, it's definitely done from the heart to help the industry that you both care about so much, and I think that's the exact same reason that Eric and I do this show. Is because we care about this industry and want it to be the very best that it can be. It's always faced a lot of headwinds, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it, Gary and Erica. I really do. I appreciate this opportunity, and I love listening to you both. You bring a great perspective to this industry, and you bring a great perspective to where we should engage and where we should think. And I think you guys are just hitting you're at the tip of the iceberg as far as how far you two are going to go with this.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
We will have a link down below to AEP if you are interested in looking at their course catalog, both in person and virtual. And if you have any comments or have had any interesting, good or bad training experiences, we would always love to hear about them. You can either leave us a comment down below or email us at lifeline911podcast@gmail.com. From all of us at Lifeline 911, I'm Gary.
I'm Erica.
And we will see you next week.
Thank you for watching our production of Lifeline 911. If you have any questions about today's topic or topics you'd like us to cover in the future, please reach out to us at lifeline911podcast@gmail.com. This has been a production of Lifeline 911 Podcast, copyright 2025. From all of us at Lifeline, stay safe out there. And until next time, this is Lifeline 911 signing off.